Hey guys, welcome back. Now, it wouldn't be a day ending in Y if we weren't talking about Matt Walsh. It's funny because I'm not like the biggest fan of Matt Walsh. I do think he says a lot of really important things and he has a lot of the important conversations, but I know that he does a lot of stuff that tends to be, it just seems that he says things in a way to get the most beneficial reaction possible. I mean, it's a smart strategy. If you want people to talk about you and talk about the things that matter, you have to come at it from a way that's provocative enough that you're going to get a lot of exposure. Okay. So apparently at some point today, his Twitter account got hacked. And it's pretty funny. Like the tweets themselves, there's some pretty spicy tweets. You can still see them up here. It seems like the person, whoever it was that hacked his account, is trying to promote some Spotify single. I don't know. I don't know if that's part of the meme or whatever. But it would appear at this point that he does not have his account back yet. And this is 9:37 on Tuesday night. If you look at his Twitter account, it seems that maybe they're in the process of getting it cleaned up because the tweets are all gone. Going back to about 7 hours ago was his last tweet. But we'll just check out the Postmillennial article and we'll kind of go from there. It says, it appears Daily Wire's Matt Walsh has had his Twitter account hacked. On Tuesday evening, the account posted numerous provocative claims in racist language. The bio was changed to promote a rap Spotify account called Sassy Shooters. Among the shocking tweets, Joe Rogan is a pedo. I can confirm Andrew Tate kidnapped and did those things to those girls. Ben Shapiro, you know what you did. You are a closeted homo and you hide behind being Jewish. And the pinned tweet was, my pronouns are that N-word. I mean, it's pretty spicy. It's pretty damn spicy. There was a tweet that said, my Twitter isn't hacked. This is just the real me coming out. So yeah, it's been pretty spicy on his Twitter account. Obviously, it's not really him. It said the tweets were deleted just before the time of publication. Walsh, a Daily Wire commentator, is an outspoken critic of radical transgenderism and the targeting of children by trans activists. Walsh's colleague Ben Shapiro responded to the hack on Twitter. In fact, we can just go over here to the tweet of his, where Ben Shapiro said, over the past few months, my friend Matt Walsh has been threatened to the extent that he has had to have full-time security at his home to protect his family. Now he's been hacked. The tolerant and diverse and kind crowd are celebrating, of course. And this is the really disgusting part here. So, okay. It's one thing to kind of laugh at it and go, yeah, some of these tweets are pretty funny. Like, a lot of people were kind of chiming in going, all right, it's not real, but it's like, I like this Matt Walsh. This is pretty funny. But then you have these people, the left-wing activist types, Alejandra Caraballo. I'm not sure if any of you recall who this person is. She actually has me, they have me blocked on Twitter. They were the trans activist that was calling for violence against, I believe it was Supreme Court justice members a little while back. Tweeting, Matt Walsh's account has been hacked. Couldn't have happened to a more miserable piece of shit. I think Alejandra is a more miserable piece of shit than Matt, but that's, neither here nor there. Then we have Ron Filipkowski. Matt Walsh got hacked in the last hour of his account has been fun. I can actually kind of agree with that. Then you got Occupy Democrats. Remember, this account does nothing for anybody except make the person that runs it money. All right, just keep that in mind. Breaking far-right transphobe Matt Walsh appears to have had his Twitter account hacked as it begins pumping out deeply offensive tweets, like the pronoun one, calling his boss Ben Shapiro a closeted homo. Retweet if you think that the hack couldn't have happened to a, quote, nicer guy. I mean, it would have been funnier if it was Occupy Democrats, not gonna lie. They're pretty despicable. But then Ian Miles Chong, who I'm not a fan of, but he has the tweet here, so I'm going to give him credit for it, said, a Wired editor is asking the people who hacked Matt Walsh's Twitter account to send him the stolen contents of his private DMs. Isn't this illegal and in violation of the Twitter TOS? And I believe it is. So he's referring to this person, Del Cameron, who works for Wired. And of course, Wired is supposedly, if you go to their website, Wired is supposedly an actual news organization, news agency, I guess you could say. They cover many different topics. So this person, Del Cameron, had tweeted out a little while back, about 3 hours ago, they got into everything, and it's a screenshot supposedly of a stolen phone that has the actual, the authentication codes where they're trying to get into all of his accounts and stuff. And that was the same one where it says, my Twitter isn't hacked, this is just the real me coming out. So again, this is probably fake, to be honest. It's probably not Matt's phone. But then this person's like, blows on dice. And the next tweet, if this will actually load. Oh, that's right. He actually deleted the tweet. So if we go back to this one here. Prove me wrong, kids. Send Matt Walsh DMs too, and then he puts his actual email there. So this is somebody who supposedly works for a news organization telling the person that hacked Matt Walsh's accounts to leak DMs to them so that they, of course, can publish them. The only reason they would want them is to put them in their news publication. That is a massive breach of ethics, probably illegal, and definitely something that a real journalist would not be trying to do on Twitter. So I just think it's really interesting that the tolerant left, the people that hate Matt Walsh, the people that want to say that he's just this evil right-wing bigot, are the ones who will actually act like pure, evil scum on Twitter when somebody who's their ideological enemy is getting hacked or exposed or whatever. They're the ones that are first to jump on the corpse or jump on the body and try to inflict as much damage as possible. It's really funny coming from the tolerant left. So anyways, this is going to be a short video, not much really else to talk about this, but it is really interesting that in the middle of all of this pushback against the trans activism, the violence from the trans community that we're seeing lately, that Matt Walsh's account gets hacked. It's definitely not, it's not a coincidence, we'll just leave it at that. All right, well, share your thoughts down below, let me know what you guys think, and we will see you on the next one.